Unequivocally, I think that pediatric calls are the most difficult calls we run. Number one being that we run those less than 5% of our career in the total number of calls we have. So you have something that we hardly ever run, but you have to be on the top of your training when it comes to that. My very first pediatric code that I ran, I was, emotionally distraught. I was new on the fire department. Luckily, I had a wonderful partner who had the experience and able to do that. And I can remember writing the report, and one of my battalion chiefs coming up to me and saw that I was down and saw that I was depressed because of the call and how it affected me. I believe that training is unequivocally the most important thing that we can fall back on. If we know and we train and we do it over and over again, it becomes a muscle memory and it becomes something that we do second nature without thinking. I think that every call is a pediatric call. You may have a patient that's sitting on the sofa, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't be aware of your surroundings and being intuitive. And when you see a child or you run you may not even necessarily be there for a child, but if you see a newborn, a young child, that you should inquire about them and you should say, hey, what's the crib look like? Do you have a crib? I've been amazed at how many calls we've run where you've asked somebody, do you have a crib? And they say no. So it is something that you should be aware of and something that we're there to prevent. It's our job. If we can prevent one of those children from being killed by cluttered crib or being smothered by their parents, that's one less call that we have to run in that manner.
Last year, there were too many infant sleep-related deaths in Broward County. All these deaths could have been prevented if parents and caregivers were better educated on what not to do when putting their infants to sleep. You can help prevent an infant's death just with a small change in your behavior. The first thing to keep in mind is that every call is an infant-related call. Whether your rescue company responds to a kitchen fire or a heart attack emergency, taking inventory of your surroundings will reveal evidence of the presence of an infant in that particular home. Learn to look for the small signs: a crib, baby formula, diapers, bottles, or even toys. Also, pregnant women are good targets to communicate information about infant safety. Another very important point to keep in mind is that grandparents, aunts, and other family members might not have baby items in plain sight, but this doesn't mean that infants don't occasionally sleep in their home. In these cases, it is harder to spot the signs of infant presence, so it is important to always keep looking for signs. Of course, your first priority is always to take care of the main reason you were called in the first place. After the patient is stabilized, a designated member of the crew should engage someone on the scene and ask if there is a baby present in the home. If a family member reveals an infant 1 year of age or younger, a safe baby sleep kit should be given to the family, along with verbal education. If time permits, ask to see where the baby sleeps to perform a sleep environment check. If you see a crib cluttered with blankets, bumpers, and other items, remove these items and explain to the family why you are doing so.
You can never put your baby down on their belly. And all the stuffed animals and blankets and pillows, this stuff suffocates kids, okay? So look, we're going to have to take this stuff out.
Sometimes financial constraints don't allow a family to purchase a crib. In these cases, the mother sleeps with their infant. This is a perfect opportunity to explain the reasons why this is dangerous. This is also the perfect opportunity to have a crib delivered to the home, provide instructions on how to assemble it, and make sure that every family member knows the do's and don'ts when putting the infant to sleep. Education of the entire family is crucial in preventing infant sleep-related death. You are the first line of defense. Remember, every call is an infant-related call.
For information on obtaining a crib and other resources for a family in need, please contact Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies Coalition of Broward County at 954-765-0550 or visit hmhbbroward.org. Production of this video was funded by the Children's Service Council of Broward County, Florida. Our focus is our children.